I've always been a snacker, and when I'm not snacking, I find that I eat maybe once a day. At the beginning of the day, let's say you're a one meal a day type of person, but you can't eat all of this food in one day. How do you deal with it? In other words, you're just kind of a nibbler. We can make that work. Again, this whole program is not about you changing who you are to fit this program. We want to change the program to fit you. Okay, and that's the beauty of this whole thing. I am not a fan of snacking, generally speaking. And so the reason I say that is because at the root of every single weight loss project, program, diet, whatever you want to call it, is that they want you to monitor your food. Now, when you do paleo, when you do keto, when you do Mediterranean, what they're really saying is they want you to monitor their food and eat in a certain way. I'm suggesting that you don't worry about that. You eat the foods you normally eat. And so with snacking is generally unobserved food. I'm not a fan of impromptu snacking. But if you portion it out, you know what you're supposed to eat. If you want to take one of those and say, I want to split that up into 2 meals, then yes, you pre-measure out your portion size, and then you can nibble on it throughout the day. So long as at the end of the day, you knew that you finished that portion. I'm okay with snacking so long as it's a planned event. It's the unplanned event. You make a blender bomb and maybe some eggs, and you know you need to eat like 1 blender bomb and 2 hard-boiled eggs, and then you're going to have some nuts, maybe some veggies in there. Veggies are free, so you don't have to count that out. And then you got your main meal. That main meal is planned out. Your blender bomb is also planned out. I want a blender bomb. Okay, that was a planned event. And then 12 hours later, or whatever it happens to be, you have your dinner. That's another planned event. That food in between, so as long as it's not irregular snacking and it's a planned event, and you have that food set aside, all that's fine, so long as it's a planned event. I'm going to take it one step further. Let's say you decide that you need a bag of M&Ms every day, and you want to snack on it all throughout the day. We can make that work for you. I encourage it. I do not want you guys going hungry at all, not even for a little bit. But if it is something like, okay, we're going to forecast ahead. Halloween's coming up. And you got a thing for Snickers Minis or M&Ms or whatever it happens to be. I'm going to say go ahead and eat it, as long as it's a planned event. So you're going to cut your carbs somewhere else, and then you can eat your M&Ms throughout the day, not indiscriminately, because it's a planned event. And I will say this over and over again. I don't care what you eat, as long as it meets 2 requirements. The first requirement is that it has to be planned. And the second requirement is that it has to fit into your portion sizes. We've worked on this one before.